This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. I have to explain to you guys Business 303. Errol the True Spence, he got the boxing world. Because now we talking Business 303. Reel their ass in and keep them on the hook. Let me say it again. Reel their asses in and keep them on the hook. This is what Errol the True Spence is doing, dog. He's reeling y'all asses in and he's keeping you on the hook. Because he knows the haters and the trolls. He knows the classic dotes and the troglodytes. He knows the Rudy Poo and the Plum brains are going to have banter to talk about. Oh, I told you Errol the True Spence ain't coming back. I told you Errol the True Spence is in supposed Alcohol Anonymous. I told you that Errol the True Spence, his car crash was more serious than what it is. You got titty typers shaking they fucking big old buzzle boogers eggs. My titties coming out. It popped out. Let me titty type. You got motherfuckers. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. You got motherfuckers sitting here talking two sideways out of their ass. Hold on. No, Errol the True Spence, he ain't coming back. No, Errol the True Spence, the weight bully Spence is coming back. Errol the True Spence, hold up. I got fucking Tourette's. That's what you got. All these motherfuckers that's gonna come out and say, man, I told you the weight bully Spence. I told you I got ADHD. That's what you have. A bunch of motherfuckers on YouTube that's gonna sit there. Oh no. Here's the other one. Yeah, I want y'all to guess this one. Yeah. Let's get serious for a second. Errol the True Spence just came out and said that he's not gonna come out. He has a crying emoji. Y'all figure that one out. That's what y'all gonna have. A bunch of motherfuckers on YouTube that's gonna come out and sit here and give you nonsensical banter. Because that's what it is. It's banter. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not giving you anything of substance, anything of sustenance. The guy, Errol the True Spence, knows exactly what he's doing. He's preparing for the rock star comeback. Let me say it again. He's preparing for the rock star comeback. So the Errol the True Spence fans, the ones that's been rocking with him, the ones whose, you know what I'm saying, confidence is waning, the ones who are sitting there like, man, I'm worried about Errol the True Spence. Stop listening to many of these motherfuckers on YouTube. They fucking with your brain. Let me say it again. Stop listening to too many of these motherfuckers on YouTube. They're fucking with your brain. This is why you need to fuck with Hino's Sport. Because Hino's Sport is consistent and authentic as fuck. And Hino's Sport is going to keep the foot on the what? On the next. He's going to keep the foot on the what? On the next. And he's going to apply what? Unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It busts his fucking pipes, folks. I'm a Tibetan mastiff, man. On these Rudy Poo and these Plum Braid ultra fucking fanboys. Because that's what I do at my truest and my most properest levels. I keeps the foot on the what? On the next. I keeps the foot on the what? On the next. And like the Tibetan Mastiff again, I apply what? Unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It busts his fucking pipes, folks. Y'all need to listen to me. Notice Hino's Sport was never rattled. This is why I said, when nobody can be confident about the Errol the True Spence situation, Hino's Sport is going to continue to be confident about Hino's Sport, about the Errol the True Spence situation. If Errol the True Spence is watching Power, how the fuck is he not good? Put two and two together, folks. If Errol the True Spence is sitting there having time to do crying emojis, that should tell you that the guy has enough wherewithal. Wherewithal means know-how, knowledge, capability. You know, every time I bring out a book that's a word that's from the diction, a la root word of dictionary, I'm going to give you the meaning thereof. Let me say it again. Anytime I bring a word out of the root word diction, a la dictionary, I'm going to give you the meaning thereof. So when Errol the True Spence gives you the know-how, the wherewithal, the understanding and the knowledge that he has all of his faculties together, that he could still be sarcastic, because sarcasm is a form of intelligence. Let me say it again. Sarcasm is a form of intelligence. You can't be sarcastic if you don't have a form of intelligence. So that tells you his faculties are together. The fact that he's able to dramatize the fact that his comeback is going to be more epic, then wait for it. You Errol the True Spence fans, the ones that's rocking with him. Don't sit there and get Wayne. Don't listen to the weight belly Spence, titty fucking typers. And this is wrong. Oh, this is wrong. Oh no, I got something serious to tell you guys. Errol the True Spence said he's not coming back to boxing. Don't listen to all this fuckery out here on YouTube, man. because it's going to fuck with your brains. You brain full of mush and brainwashed dodo heads. The real Earl the True Spence fans don't fall into the same trap because it's trap bait. It's bait trap. Let me say it again. It's trap bait, bait trap. Don't fall for it. Fall in line with He Knows the Sport, dog. Because the He Knows the Sport brand, the He Knows the Sport movement, the He Knows the Sport lifestyle, and the He Knows the Sport family. We stay consistent and authentic as fuck. Let me say it again. The He Knows the Sport brand, the He Knows the Sport movement, the He Knows the Sport lifestyle, and the He Knows the Sport family. We stay consistent and authentic as fuck. And the message still gets rendered, regardless if people want to hear it or they don't want to hear it. Because we are cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat with our truth-telling. We come in truth-telling fashion. Truth-telling fashion is only capable to be understood by true alphas. Beta boys and femboys can't get this message. Let me say it again. Truth-telling fashion is only understood to be accepted universally by true alphas. Beta boys and femboys can't get this message. Fem girls and beta girls can't get this message. But true alpha women get the message as well too. Shout out to Lanika Jones, the beautiful Lanika Jones that is. She always gets the message. So people need to understand from a truth-telling aspect that when you see Earl the True Spence is sitting there giving you guys confidence at his truest and his most properest levels, then sit back and enjoy the ride. Because Earl the True Spence is coming back, folks, in rock star fashion. Let me say it again. Earl the True Spence is coming back in what? Rock star fashion. It's really that simple, folks. He's setting up his epic grandeur arrival, his welcoming back to boxing. This is his way of doing it. It's like, you know how you open the door between the supernatural and the natural? That's what Earl the True Spence is doing. He's opening the barrier between two worlds. And he's going to step in. And when he steps in, man down, strap season. Let me say it again. Man down, strap season. It's really that simple, folks. So Earl the True Spence is preparing his arrival back to boxing. Be confident, be assured, because it's coming. Let me say it again. Be confident, be assured, because it's coming. Because you know who's first and lined up? It's going to be his IBF mandatory. Kuda Trillo Aduka Korev. That's going to be the first one to be on that chopping block. Then he's going to get Danny Cherry picking Garcia's ass. And then after that, he'll get the fight between Manny Pacquiao or Terrence Bud Crawford. Remember, He Knows the Sport was the first one to say it here on He Knows the Sport's channel. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.